I'll tell you, I'm happy to make these motions, but I'm not sure where I stand. I guess I can make these motions because currently, till we change the resolution, the city council member is a voting member. So I would move to approve the minutes. Aye.
Sorry, I can't hear very well. Are your mics on?
Let's see. Does it need to have a red light? Is that better?
Red light.
Ah,
Mine's on now.
okay. We don't have any interested persons here, so we can move on from that. Gallery display schedule. February, March, we have the Quilt Guild. Is there anything new on here?
No, there isn't. I put it on there so that you would all be able to see what's coming up, because on your agenda item, one of the last discussions, the 9A, you may want to
Okay,
see the schedule there.
okay. And so we don't have any art to approve or anything like that now.
You don't, correct.
Is there any discussion on this? Does anybody? Okay. Next, item 6 is grant efforts, and I don't know there's any
It's
efforts
just a
going on?
Agenda item, so,
Okay,
but we don't have anything.
okay. A review of Arts Commission budget. Apparently, we have $2,744.26 remaining.
Which, Madam Chair, I would say, yay team.
Yeah.
We're halfway through the budget year, and we've got about half of our money left. So, yay team.
Does anybody have any questions on the budget? There we go. I guess what's going on with what's left? Are we still have boxes that we're doing?
Yes, I've paid all of the artists for their artwork, and so now we have 3 installations that we have to pay for. And that'll probably be in February.
Okay. What are those costing us?
Oh, so we've paid the artists, so those are probably going to be about $700 in addition, so about $2,100, Dawn?
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit less. I was thinking it was $600 each for the installations.
Okay,
That's
that's
close.
great. So thank you for that, Dawn. I'd forgotten that we'd already committed that. So that means we only have, let's say 3 7s of 21. So we've got about $600 left in addition to that before the end of this budget cycle.
Now, well, maybe I should discuss that later, the other business. Or maybe this is a good time to bring up an expenditure. I think everybody's got a picture. Lori, did you see the picture of the graffiti in the park?
No. Was it in the packet?
Yeah. Or was it in the packet, Dawn, or did you just print it for here?
Oh, no, I just printed it just today.
Oh, okay. No, so I have not. But if you could take a photo and send it to me later, that'd be great.
Sure.
And so it looks like they were not able to get all of the graffiti off of the big toy wings. And so it looks like they were talking about they were going to paint this stuff on there and charge us $60 for the stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, they could. They're offering to do that. They're offering to purchase the...
Wait, who are they?
Public Works?
Public Works could do it too, yes.
Oh, who was offering?
So it was, I can't think of their last name, Lukic? It's
go.
Marilyn, and her last name. It's her husband, James Lukic, something like that.
Huh.
Oh, Lukanich, Marilyn Lukanich.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, James and Marilyn. Okay. Okay. I'm with you now.
Why were they? I'm just surprised they were contacted because he's the James is the
Wood sculpture.
the artist that did our story poll. So so that's interesting. That
Yes, and I was trying to find who had done the original coding, and the only thing I could find was there was a conversation between Debbie Lockhart and Counselor Christopher several years ago about the Millers doing it.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I can tell you all about that.
Okay.
So Mark Callier, it's the Men of Keizer people. So Mark Callier, Randy Miller, and Ron Christopher did the original coatings on both the downtown murals and the mural out on the restroom at the Big Toy. And they have done that, I think it's every 3 years. And I want to say they did that, I want to say 23. And we have some of that. I think we still have some of the paint to do that. And I am practically positive I can talk J.W. Smith and Ron Christopher and Randy Miller and Mark Callier into doing that for us again at no charge. And I think Don, you'll just need to verify that we still have some of the product.
Okay.
yeah, because it says here James would do it, but a minimum charge of $300, and I think that was also
No. Our
we
guys
don't
have
need to
done it, and we've had no problem with the murals downtown. So we can get the Men of Keizer to do that.
Well, I think that was also for the artist to apply some, let's say, to color it before applying coating. So he was going to do maybe touch up the paint too. But I'm wondering if we have artists on this board that maybe this might be a little project that we could take on in the spring on a nice sunny day.
Make it a whole mural for the whole thing.
Well, no, just to repair get the graffiti off, repair that, and maybe touch up any paint and.
I haven't seen the pictures, but I whatever the artists that are on our board say, if they say we could do it, then maybe we could put a work party together and have KPAC do it, and maybe Deborah or Marilyn could, direct us if they think we can. If it's just a matter of like painting in the lines, is that something that we could do?
It looks like they got most of it removed.
Yeah,
it's some of the
I just
orange
got
and
some
stuff.
Some of the little spots.
I just
of course,
sent
that
you a
might not be
picture,
showing
Lori.
up.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks like this is just the regular, wall paint, which is no big deal. And then I don't really see, am I missing something?
Well, we got it at Sherwin-Williams, Kim. We bought the paint.
Well, I'm talking about just the tan color of the bricks, that the city has that.
There is. Trying to find. There's a really good graffiti remover that I purchased when I had graffiti at my last storefront. I'm trying to find from a previous.
This is the remover.
Yeah, it works really good. Like I actually at my new location, there was some graffiti on some signs in the back that Uptown Music wasn't able to get removed, and this cleaner worked really well. So I'm trying to see. I don't know if it's what they use, but I know it worked really good for. It was on a building. It works good on a sign.
Well, I'll walk out there tomorrow again and take a look at it close up and see.
You guys, they did a really great job at getting rid of it.
Yeah.
It's called Superzilla, powerful all-purpose. It's non-toxic. It comes in a spray bottle, really concentrated, but it's called Superzilla, powerful all-purpose cleaner and lubricator. The Green Wonder product. It comes in a 1 liter spray bottle for $36.95. At least when I purchased it 2 years ago, and I still have it, and it works really good. So I don't know if that's something that they've used or considered, but it was shared with me with someone that had had a hard time getting graffiti moved and tried a bunch of different stuff, but this works really
maybe
good.
I'll go out there tomorrow and look and see how much is left, because it did have a coating of that anti-graffiti, so that we could,
It did, absolutely.
I'll send this to Dawn too.
yeah. And I don't even see that it needs any paint touch-up except for just that orange spot.
Well, there's some
No,
Is there?
look at the dragon wings.
Okay, yeah.
sturdy.
But still, that's just the,
Yeah, stone. I don't know if stone makes a difference either, because it's very porous.
yeah.
Who knows if it's gonna,
So it might just be painting just around,
yeah.
I don't know.
That really does look like something that we could do if we're willing. I mean, I certainly am willing to do that. It doesn't look like the painting is very technical. It looks like something we could do, and then we could get the men of Keizer to come out and reseal it.
So you're talking about repainting the wings and all that? Is that what you're talking about, or just trying to get rid of the graffiti?
Just get rid of the graffiti.
Get rid of the graffiti and the orange, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the wings look pretty good, you guys, but I'd have to see it in. It looks like we just need to repaint the wall, and so Public Works would have that color, and they would probably have that paint.
Wouldn't be too hard to do.
Yeah.
Well, I would definitely help with that if it comes, be nice to get it done before it starts raining again.
Okay, so why don't we talk with Public Works and ensure they have the paint or that they can get the paint done, and then let's set a time, Kim, when anybody who wants to come help out there from KPAC would come out there. We'll get it all painted out, and then I'll be happy to talk with Callier and Randy Miller and see if we can schedule to have them recoat it afterwards. But, Don, you got to check and make sure we've got the coating stuff still.
I will.
That really ticks me off. That's the first time artwork has been graffitied. Losers.
Have we, well, okay, we'll get onto that later. Okay, so we'll move on, and I guess we'll just wait to hear back from Dawn, and I'm going to go out there and look at it and see if it looks like we can just touch it up and without too much trouble. Let's see here. So new business, we have updating the master plan. I guess to include proposed street art program to allow murals to be painted on pavement by Tammy Saldivar. And attached is a rough draft. Let's see.
So my question, have we heard back from Public Works if any edits need to be made to that proposal?
Public Works has seen this?
I haven't talked with them. I don't know if Tammy Saldivar
Dawn?
has. Yes.
At our last meeting, we, with Adam, we said, well, this has got to go to Public Works to make sure that it meets all of their criteria. It's on a streetway. And then we were waiting to hear back if it needed any edits to agree with their rules, and then we could adopt it into the master plan. So I think we're waiting on Public Works.
I'm not seeing that.
What is this adopting public art and public mural policies? Is that what we're I'm looking for?
I'm not seeing the draft that I wrote either, but we were going to submit to them.
This is the, this is just, they had to do something in the ordinances of the city. And what was is this what we were adding right here? The Keizer Street painting program, is this what we were gonna? I'm out of the loop on this, so.
Yeah, so Tammy Saldivar is proposing adding her street art program to your master plan.
Okay.
And we said we wanted to do that, but we couldn't edit the way it was until Public Works gave their okay, because we didn't know if it complied with all the rules and regulations that they're required to follow for a public roadway. So at our last meeting, we asked that it be given to Public Works for their review and approval before we adopted it into our master plan. I think we were all in favor of putting it in the master plan. We just don't know if any edits need to be made before we do that.
Yes, and I forgot this, the most important piece here is that Tammy was asking for feedback from all of you tonight on the plan.
Okay, well, I think we all liked it and gave it to her when she submitted it. I mean, we all were positive about it and wanted to move forward, but at Adam's request, it went to Public Works to make sure that it met with their rules and regulations required for a public roadway.
Public Works will review the packet for approval. On page 8. And then once approved, Public Works will return and approve the packet and provide information for the traffic control.
Correct, yeah. And then we'll adopt it and have it added to the master plan. Once Public Works signs off on it and says we can do it, then we can add it to the master plan.
Is that what this, the Code of Ordinances is? Is this? The public art and public murals? Or is this?
Now, wait a minute. This is definitely for street art, right?
Yeah, I think this all goes with street art.
Yep.
Okay, good. Because I know Tammy Saldivar was going to work with Tammy Kunz on the parks mural proposal that Tammy Kunz submitted to us, but it needed work, and Tammy Saldivar said she would work with Tammy Kunz to refine that proposal to bring back to us. That's not this. This is just the street art. Is that right?
It's two different things. One of them is for the street art, and the other one is for the murals. Yeah, this Code of Ordinances.
Yeah, what's that about?
Well, I think it's kind of like what we were just saying, that it's about the, how it fits in and what exactly they call art and what it means and how you have to do the easement and all that stuff, because it is public property. It looks like they've done some definitions.
Yeah, so this is, so we still need to hear back then.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, the Public Works.
But I think Tammy wanted your input, feedback on how it was written. Like, is there anything that's missing? Should something be worded differently? Is there anything?
But wait a minute. Yeah. On which one, Dawn?
Sorry.
On the murals proposal or on the street art proposal?
Well, it's the street art program to allow murals to be painted on the pavement.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, we can't really give that till we hear from Public Works on if they're going to require any changes to be made. So I think we have to say we're waiting to hear from Public Works.
Okay.
So I guess we'll table this until next meeting then, and you're going to
We
contact?
hear from
Yeah.
Public Works.
Okay. So I didn't see anything that was this, the Keizer Street painting, was this going to go into the master plan, this right here?
I think after the approval of the Public Works, that's kind of.
This is what we're adding right here?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I understand.
okay. Oh, drafting for feedback, so
Is this what Tammy brought to us?
that's what I'm,
Because if this is what Tammy submitted,
From Tammy Saldivar.
so okay, so the Keizer Street painting program. Because I mean, from my understanding, it would look like, so this is the program that she submitted, and this is what the city code is in support of public murals to all go with this. And so next step is city, and then next step is our approval of everything. That would make sense. So wish Tammy had been here for clarification.
I know, and I told her about the meeting. She says she couldn't attend, but she would be listening to the recording afterwards.
Okay.
And I would tell her in summary what happened.
Okay.
So this is like, I'm just, yeah. All right. Okay, well, we'll need to hear back.
Public art and public murals. Okay, so cultural. So I don't understand. This is the new codification stuff. Why is this in our packet? What do they want us to do?
You don't need to do anything. It's just for reference.
I didn't know if
so
this
that
is stuff that was already in the works, or?
yeah, it's
All
just
right.
so that you can cross-reference to see what we have. And
Okay.
the legal department.
Okay.
And the legal department told me that when you get to your discussion item C, on the number of artists annually and who for displaying in the art gallery, all of that, she said that if something, if your master plan didn't coincide with the ordinance, the council's rules, then you would need to make a motion to recommend the changes so that they both state the same thing, basically.
Okay.
Well, where is that?
Okay, great.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, this is laid out, so it needs to go through legal to see if it matches up with ordinances. I mean, I'm not. And to tell us what we need to do, what, where we're not in compliance with that.
I think she was referring to the next couple more items down to 8C. She said that that your rules would need to coincide with the council's rules. If you wanted to change the art gallery, like rotating artists and all of that, when you get to that discussion, that's why I included it, so you can see what we have for policy.
Okay. I guess we'll move on to the next item then. No. Said feedback. A holiday card contest. It was suggested that winners have some cards that are blank inside for mailing to family and friends. 12 extra cards. I thought we did that. Didn't we do that last year?
We gave them extra cards, but they have the counselor's signatures inside the cards. And this year, the contest winner, it was requested that they have them without the council's signature on the inside, so that they can write something to their family and friends rather than having the city councilors on there.
So it would just be an added expense.
So it costs $30 for an additional 10 blank cards?
12.
12.
Yeah, it gets real, it's, I don't know what we pay for the amount that we give. It isn't like $100, $200 or something. It's not.
Yeah, I think up to $300 depending upon the coupon.
Yeah.
So it can vary greatly, but if there's a small quantity, it costs a lot more than the 200 cards that we.
So here's an idea. Sometimes from organizations, you get a piece of paper that's slipped in there, and it has all of the signatures on the paper so that the card itself is blank. I mean, that's one potential idea we could do. And have them all printed blank and then just slip in the paper that has the city council's names on it.
We could do that, and
Or, we can spend $30.
I was gonna say, I don't mind spending $30.
I'm not opposing that. I just thought that was a lot of money because I know it only costs us like $100 and something for all the cards.
I think that'd be a nice gesture, and, to give them cards that they can mail to their families, so.
You want a motion?
I think we do, yes.
I would move that we add 12 extra cards. Actually, okay, hold on. I would move that we add
I think we need to.
40
look up-
extra cards. 40. And here's my thinking. That way, we could give 5 cards to each KPAC member for them to send out if they wanted to, or we could make that 2 cards. But I'm thinking, as long as we're going to do this and it's going to cost a little bit of money, why don't we, I don't know, what do the other members feel about that? Would you be wanting, or would you like that, or would you not like that?
Oh, I think that's a good idea, and, honestly, if you're gonna print extra cards,
That's what I'm thinking.
it's probably cheaper.
So why don't
like
we
50 or
print
something.
25 extra cards, and then if there's members on KPAC who want some blank cards, they would have a couple that they could take, and then we could give 10 or 12 to the winning artist. So that would be my motion. I would move to approve that we add 25 blank holiday cards to our annual order at a cost not to exceed $50. There's my motion.
Yeah,
Is there a second?
I just don't know if 25 cards is enough, because I'd have to look, I think I'd have to look and go on there and see where it,
Well, what I
breakdown
did,
is.
I counted up, if there's 7 members, that's 14, and then 12 would be 26. If each person took a couple cards, but whatever number you come up with.
well, and we could just do a dollar amount, or, because it might be, it might be $50 to get, 100 cards. I don't know. I don't know what we usually, how many do we usually print?
About 200.
200?
I think like 225 is what I did this year.
And that was what, less than $200, right?
I would say it was, I would, close to 200. I can't remember if I'm thinking of this year's cost or the last year's cost.
160.
I think that's about right. I think it's about $1 a card when you get that
Yeah,
many.
it's in the budget. Good job. We also had a lot of extra cards. I would say we probably had at least 25 extra cards.
Yeah, but we'll still probably print whatever that.
Yeah, but you know
was
why,
200
Dawn?
cards or
Those
something.
25 extra cards, I've heard from 2 city councilors who said that they used to get 3 to 5 cards each that they could send to people they wanted with the city council names in them. So any of those leftovers like that this year, Dawn, you should just hand them to the city councilors.
Okay.
If there, however many there is, divide them equally, hand them to them.
Okay.
So I think I think adding just saying a dollar amount, and we can always revisit it when we get to, when it's time to print, and if it looks like it's going to be $5 more to get, and so. But I
Okay,
think it's
so
a great idea to do.
here's a new motion. I move that we spend up to an additional $50 for the purpose of printing blank cards for use by the artist and KPAC members as they see fit.
Like it.
I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Excellent. I like that idea.
Was it Marilyn who seconded?
Pardon me?
Marilyn, Deborah.
Deborah did. And so it says continue discussion on number of artists annually, certain number of year for returning artists, and possibly taking a year off rotations. So let me read this again. Oh, so how many artists do we have? How many weeks or months or whatever we want to do? And,
Madam Chair, I would like to table this until Kat can be involved in this at our next meeting. This is a big discussion. I think it's going to take some time. And what I would ask is for each of us to think about this and think, like maybe even come up with a proposal or something a starting place that we could talk about, because we could talk about this for a couple of hours. And I think Kat should be part of that discussion, if everybody's okay with that.
I have no problem with tabling it. Anybody else? No. Okay. So we'll table that till next meeting. And it does say.
I think the same about 9A. I'm sorry to do that, but I just really think Kat, has been our chair for the whole year, and those are big discussions to have happen. So I would sure like to include her in those if there's not any hurry, and I don't think there is, because this one speaks to our October-November display, so we certainly have time. When's our next meeting, Dawn?
March 18th.
Great. Well then, let's make sure that Kat knows that these 3 issues are going to be on the schedule so that she can try to be here with us.
Let's see. The only other business is who's reporting to council in February, and it says that Deborah, you're up.
It says that I am. I think Marilyn got out of it last time, so she should do it. She was in Paris.
I was away.
Yes.
I'm fine. I can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine. You just have to tell me what to do.
Okay. Well, and I think Don will print you out.
He's really good.
Okay, I can do it.
We just tabled everything, so I guess it's,
So when is that? Oh, it's on.
Well, when is the next council meeting in February, Lori?
February 3rd, and they're at
February
6
3rd.
p.m. now. They changed all the meetings, all the council meetings are now at 6 p.m., just like your meetings.
Okay, good. I can do it.
Before we adjourn, I have one more. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I have one more thing. Dawn, would you be willing to reach out to Tammy Saldivar to see where she is with working with Tammy Kunz on the Parks mural proposal? I don't want to let that fall through the cracks, and but it had to have some refinement, and Tammy Saldivar said she would work with Tammy Kunz. So when you report back to her that we didn't have any feedback till we hear from Public Works, if you could ask her how she's doing with that proposal, it would be appreciated.
Sure.
Okay. Is there any other business? Well, meeting is adjourned.
Well, I know that turned out quicker than we thought, but I really just think some of those big-time discussions really should include Kat.
Sounds good to me.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Lori.